that too. Men should lead, not women. That's it.
It would be nice.
And I'm a fucking woman saying that. Men should lead.
I always say.
Hello. This is the Duke. Quick reaction to the Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union marriage tape. The spark started when Dwayne Wade mentioned in an interview that he doesn't lead in his marriage. People can translate it to mean a lot of things, but in general, it's just started a little discussion on social media. But overall, if you want to be familiar, Dwayne Wade, age 39, ex-NBA player, played for Miami Heat, MVP, All-Star, 6'4", $170 million net worth, right? Many sports fans definitely look up to him. You got Gabrielle Union, great actress, known for her role in Bad Boys 2, Bring It On, a lot of other shows. You know, a C-list celebrity, also successful in her own way. She's 10 years older than Dwayne, and so they've been married since 2014. Dwayne, who already had 2 kids and a nephew he was raising. Some background context, he was raised by his dad and he had an estranged mother. He's been vocal about his mommy issues, and maybe dating an older woman might have been linked to it. But here is the interview where he sort of delves into his family dynamic.
In relationships, we come in and we try to change people. We try to change them to the way that we want them to be. But
fair
I decided
use.
a different approach. In this relationship, I think early on I came in like, hey, you get 2 drink max, bop, and she didn't respond well to that.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
It was reasons for that too. Let me say that.
I have a good time. Life of the party right here.
It's not the man leads and the woman follows. That's not what we live in this house, at all. So for me, I have a wife that works just not just as hard, harder than I. And she had her own career. She had her own life before I came along. So from my perspective, it was like, okay, how can I be a part of the growth and the evolution of who she is, and not trying to change her or stunt her growth or make her in the way that I see.
Well. How else can I respond to this better than Myron from Fresher Fit? Let's take a listen to what they say in their podcast yesterday.
FVO 10 hours. D Wade is worth 170 million. Gabrielle is worth 40 million. Yeah.
Sheesh.
So, okay.
Fair use.
I just gotta. Well, first let's handle the problem in the elephant in the room. We live in Western countries, right? We live in a world where women basically are taught to be masculine. They're equal to men. It's okay to be a boss babe, all this other stuff. I'm here to tell you guys that's a bunch of fucking bullshit. If you look at biblical texts, any religion, whatever, they always put the man as the head of the household for a reason, because men, biologically proven, are more rationally and decisive when it comes to making decisions, and we lead with our logic and ration first.
Not emotions.
Women lead with emotion. And the problem is, here in the West, we keep trying to beat it into people that you should let your woman lead, you should let her be a boss babe, whatever. In general, I can't tell you how many times we've brought women on this show, and they use exceptions to the rule to justify their bad decisions when it comes to dealing with men. For example, I'm a boss babe, I'm strong and independent, I don't need no man, ba-da-da. And who do they reference? Beyonce knows, women like Gabrielle Union, whatever. But what they don't realize is that these women are anomalies, and on top of that, they're with a high-value guy that you're not necessarily with. You cannot use the exception to the rule to make your decisions in a normal world as a normal person. You know what I'm saying? Exceptions don't make the rule. Now, Dwayne Wade, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, whether his wife is leading or not is irrelevant. The important thing is that they're sending a message out there to the general public that a woman is capable of leading a family. And I'm here to tell you guys, 99% of the time, it ain't gonna fucking work. It sounds good on paper, but it just doesn't work. The only reason Dwayne Wade could get away with this is because he's an NBA legend, he's a high-value man, and money isn't really a problem in their relationship. So therefore, they can kind of bend the rules and act and do things that normal people wouldn't be able to get away with. And here's the other thing. Dwayne Wade's value is so high that Gabrielle Union, even though she's emasculating him, saying, I'm the leader and she runs the house and all this other stuff, she knows at her age, she was born in 1970? She's damn near 50. She can't replace him. She ain't going to get a higher value man that's on his level financially, his level of status, etc. I always say it, as a woman becomes more famous and makes more money and becomes more successful, doors close. As a man makes more money and becomes successful, doors open. Because men are capable of dating down, right? This is why you look at a 50-year-old man that's a multimillionaire, he'll date an 18-year-old that works at McDonald's if she's hot. We don't care. But ain't no 25-year-old woman that's a millionaire gonna date a guy that works at McDonald's that's 18. It doesn't work that way. Future will have a bunch of random bimbos in the studio while he's, recording a track. Meanwhile, Rihanna ain't never gonna invite me to her fucking trailer, bro. It's never gonna happen. No matter how good looking I am as a man, I'll never get invited to a female singer's thing because women take status and all these things into account. So I say all this.
Fair use.
She can't replace him, so her emasculating him isn't that big of a deal because his value's so goddamn high that she knows she ain't gonna do better. This is what I call the Drake effect, and you guys can go ahead and patent this. I'm gonna take credit for this shit. I acknowledge that Drake is a musical genius. I understand that he's gonna go down in the Hall of Fame as one of the best musicians of all time. But my problem is that I blame Drake for a big portion of why so many men in the West are soft. Drake, in his music, basically has guys, I'm in my feelings. I texted her, she ain't respond. He basically displays a bunch of beta tendencies, right, in his music, and guys listen to it, they relate to it, and they think, well, if I just show my emotional side or I be vulnerable around her, she's gonna like me. I'm here to tell you guys, no, that shit does not work. Women get repulsed when you act emotional, but Drake has made millions telling guys to be sensitive, to be beta, etc. And even though he's a musical genius, I blame him for why so many guys are weak. And here's the problem, guys. You niggas aren't fucking Drake, okay? You can't sit here and be like, I'm in my feelings and all this other shit. Like, his value's so high that his beta tendencies are overridden by his social value and his status.
Facts.
Okay? Most guys cannot get away with being soft and being feminine like Dwayne Wade and fucking Drake. You ain't. No. You ain't a multi-millionaire NBA legend and or Grammy-winning artist. You can't get away with this shit. When your value's that high, that things that are repulsive to women generally are overridden by your value, you know you've made it. So I'm here to tell average guys that watch us that aren't blue check mark, that aren't musicians, aren't professional athletes, etc. You can't be weak. And a big part of being weak is letting your woman be the leader in a relationship. Men lead, women follow. Dwayne Wade had that 100% wrong because women are designed to follow a strong man. And as a matter of fact, I'll tell you this. The more you let your woman lead and the more you let your woman take a authoritative role in the relationship, the more she's going to be repulsed by you. You guys want to know why? Because women are security detectors, professional resource and security detectors. If they sense weakness in you, they're going to start to lose attraction immediately. This is why if you start texting a girl a lot or you show too much interest in the beginning, whatever, and she hasn't earned it, or you start tricking off on her, spending a bunch of money, she ain't earned it, she is going to lose attraction for you. Because what does that signify? It signifies that you don't have options. It signifies that you care too much. And more importantly, it signifies that she is in a control position.
Yep.
Women always come correct when they know that you have other women in line and that they can be replaced. Let me tell y'all something. If your value's high enough, women will fucking share you. That's the only reason Gabrielle Union is still with him. That's the only reason women are still with Drake. Because they know, even though they have these beta tendencies, they can replace him in a fucking instant. I wouldn't be surprised if Dwayne isn't smashing a few chicks on the side that no one knows about. That's how these guys are able to keep these women in line. But guess what? As an average guy, you don't have this fucking clout that you can rely on to compensate for your beta-ness. So I'm here to tell average guys, never, ever let your girl be in a leadership position because you don't have the fucking clout to fall back on and let these girls do this shit. So men lead, women follow, bro.
Damn, Marco, man.
What you find
every
this?
time.
Shout out to Shakira. She's like, I agree. Shakira's like, I agree.
Oh, Shakira the director now.
Yeah,
I
man.
agree with
Like,
Shakira on that too.
like-
Men should lead, not women. That's it.
It would be nice.
And I'm a fucking woman saying that.
It's
Men
just,
should lead.
I always say this, man.
Yeah.
Social constructs do not adhere to reality. I'm gonna say that again, bro. Because people think I be speaking Chinese when I say this shit. Social constructs don't adhere to reality. On paper, it sounds good. Oh, I want a strong, independent woman. I'm gonna be like Beyonce, all this other shit. It doesn't fucking work, bro. Women are designed to follow a strong man that could protect and provision for them, period. You know, I'm not saying women can't work or whatever, but you gotta know that women look for a superior. There's a reason why they want a guy taller than them, make more money than them, confident, attractive, muscular, etc. Women want a leader and they want a superior. You need to embody that for her to respect you first. When you do all this sucker shit and let her lead and all this other stuff, what you're basically telling her inadvertently is, listen, I'm not sure about my masculinity. I need you as a feminine woman to get into your masculinity and lead me. Guys, I'm here to tell y'all niggas, you don't got blue checks, you ain't multimillionaires, you ain't NBA legends. You're not gonna get away with that shit. Dwayne can because the status is so high it overrides it, just like Drake. But do not listen to these fucking left-wing woke people that try to tell you, oh, this is how you should run a relationship. It don't work. Beyonce, I'm strong and independent. All the single ladies. Guess what? Jay-Z cheated on her ass. What'd she do? She ran back to him. Why? Because she knows she can't fucking replace him. So what'd she do? She kept to all these women telling them that you could be strong and independent. Meanwhile, she's taking back a cheater. It's all cap, guys. Be the leader every single fucking time. It doesn't work, bro.
Man, well said, man.
Yeah.
I feel like they're pushing.
Well. I mean, as harsh as that sounds, it's the reality. And so when, people take in the information they get from celebrities as an example of how to sort of, handle a relationship, they tend to lose because you're not in that particular dynamic. And so it's very important to sort of deliver this message, differently in regards to how celebrities treat relationships and how we would treat relationships on the average family unit. And so, yeah, this was a great breakdown. I hope you guys tune in again. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below, and I'll see you again in another video.